Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. And in today's reading, we're going to be doing a mid-month July 2024 general reading for you. And we're going to start off with looking at what's coming up for you to heal. What are you dealing with? So it could be a situation. It could be an issue you're dealing with. It could be a pattern. It could be a decision you have to make. And this is going to be impacted by what's coming up from your shadow to heal. Now, the shadow lives in our unconscious, so a lot of times we don't know what it is that's sitting in our shadow. But it is going to have the biggest impact on the situation that you're sitting with. And so we're going to be doing some shadow work in the second part. And if you're not familiar with the two terms shadow or shadow work, I have left a really good video that I put together for you. It's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares. And the video is called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's all about facing your shadow and how to do it. And it's a compilation of what I've learned in my own healing journey in the last 7 years, intensive healing journey that I've been on with my own life coach to heal my own complex trauma. And so it's everything that I've learned, and I put it together for you. And I think it, it might be worthwhile for you to go have a look at it. And so that's going to be in my description box below. Also, number 3, part 3 of this, I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance on how you can heal this, how you can begin to heal this. And because that's what's most important, right? Because you have this issue here that you're aware of, and if it's a pattern that's going on, and oftentimes it is a pattern that's showing up in our life that we've seen this before. And oftentimes it's because something's coming up in your shadow that needs to heal. And the tarot's going to give you some advice. And then I'll end up by giving you some advice as well. I'll give you a specific video, another video from my Carol Cares channel, which is a mental health healing channel as well. And I will also link my July 2024 reading that I did for you at the end. And so we're going to get started. I'm going to start off with the Tarot Grand Lux from Seer Marchetti, not sure how he pronounces it. It's an Italian name, it looks like. And then we're going to clarify that with the Rider-Waite deck here. And so, let's take a look. I did shuffle these before I came on. So, I want to also, if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you because this is an 8-month-old channel. So I'm so happy that you found me. And if you've subscribed and you're watching this, again, I want to thank you for watching my videos. Some of you have also been asking me about personal readings, and I am very happy to say that I will be offering personal readings for the first time on this channel, obviously, because it's a young channel. And I've put together a really nice page for you, taken from my Carol Cares website. And I mean, if you go to that website, it's not up right now. Looks like there's an error page on it because I haven't published it yet. But I will let you know when I'm going to publish the page, which means you can go to that page. I'll give you the link. I'll put out a video for you. You'll have first dibs. That's first come, first serve. So there's going to be a discount offered to you for, I think, probably for a couple weeks. So people that have just subscribed, they're going to get notification of this. And you'll know when it's coming, and it'll close after a couple weeks. And then there won't be a discount anymore, but the offering for a reading will still be there. All right? So we'll see how that goes. Let's start off with asking tarot for one card for what situation, Virgo, you're sitting with, issue, struggle, pattern. So let's have one card, please. You have the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Love these cards. They're beautiful. What is coming up from your shadow that is directly impacting that, having an influence on it, that needs healing? What's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? you have the the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. I have to get used to the KN, which is Knight. Knight of Wands. And what guidance does the tarot have for you? Whoa. What guidance? You have the Seven of Coins, which is the Seven of Pentacles. All right. Sorry, my throat's probably going to act up a bit. I just got over being ill with my throat, so I was wondering if I was going to last, but we're okay. All right, so we're going to clarify this right now with the Rider-Waite, and I'm going to ask for 2 or 3 cards to clarify each card here. And so let's start off with the Queen of Cups. If the tarot can tell me some more about I don't know if I'm going to last here. The Queen of Cups, please. 2 or 3 cards. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Wands in reverse as well. 2 Wands cards here. Knight of Wands. Again, more Wands here. Okay, so can we have clarification for this Knight of Wands here that's sitting in the shadow that needs healing? And you have the Ten of Swords and the King of Cups. The King of Cups in reverse. And the Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles here. A couple of clarifiers for this card. Couple clarifiers for the Seven of Coins, please. Got 1 card there. Okay. You have this one and then these 2. So you have the Seven of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the Hermit card. All right, I like to look at your major arcana cards that come up. Very important for me to look at those. So you have 2 of them in your guidance from the tarot. And major arcana cards are these major universal forces that show up. It's not something that we have any control over, really, but they're really big forces that we need to pay attention to use, so pay attention to. All right, so let's begin. What situation, issue are you dealing with right now? Well, you're sitting in the Queen of Cups right now. Let's talk about the Queen of Cups. She is in reverse here, so in an upright position. The Queen of Cups is it's a court card, so you're being asked to take on this quality. And so this tells me a lot about what you're sitting in your situation right here, where the Queen of Cups normally would be somebody that is very, very much in their body. She's very much in touch with her emotions. She is somebody that lives her life through experiencing her body and experiencing her emotions, and she's not afraid when her emotions come up to heal them and to pay attention to them and you know, yeah, to heal and to feel. But you're sitting here in reverse position here, so I'm seeing here you're sitting here where you're pretty much closed off. There's a real resistance on your part. Could be fear. Where you don't want to feel, and you're shut down here, Virgo. And we're going to look for some explanation here of what's going on and why you're shut down here. You begin with the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands is my knights in my deck, another court card, right? So you have, it's a part of you that our knights want freedom. They want freedom. And this particular knight is the Knight of Wands. So this knight wants freedom to take their life into the direction they want to go into. Maybe there's something purposeful that you want to do. Maybe there's something that you're feeling. You're feeling something where you want the freedom to be you, to be authentic, and do what you want to do, and do it for you. But it's blocked here. So when this is blocked, it's in reverse. So this tells me that, you may be sitting with some anger sometimes, because because you are Queen of Cups where you're reversed and you're not feeling, sometimes our anger will come out because it'll block it's called, what I call it, a secondary emotion. Your anger will block the real emotion that's sitting behind it, and often it can be, some grief, some shame that's sitting behind that anger, because it's easier to feel angry than to feel our grief. And that's why anger often spills out all over the place, ungrounded anger, because it's easier to do that than to feel the hurt that we really need to feel. And so, and sometimes you can feel some real hopelessness as well if you're not able to do what you want to do. So you could be sitting in either of those, could be flip-flopping with those, some anger, some hopelessness, but it's very much, your emotions are very much blocked. And believe it or not, when you're sitting in some hopelessness and depression, you are actually blocking, again, some grief behind there that needs to come up. And so, and I'm seeing that, she's blocked, So, then there's the Nine of the Wands that comes up, what's in reverse here. And the Nine of Wands speaks of, again, somebody that's been through a lot. Wands are really a fiery energy. They're always in battle because they're always fighting to become authentic. They're always fighting for their creativity to do, and I mean like to do what you want to do, take the life in the direction that you want to do. And this is in reverse here. And so you have some things that you've been through some battle. You need to deal with, you need to heal. We all have stuff. But this is in reverse here. And so there's a real resistance on your part to deal with some stuff. And so, but you have a freedom fighter here that's wanting to be authentic and wants to take your life into a new direction. But on the other hand, you've got these emotions like hopelessness or anger that are just blocking what it is that you need to do. Like maybe there's something you want to do. Maybe there's something you want to take your life in a new direction. Maybe you want to put yourself first for the first time. But it's so much blocking going on, right? Our emotions will block each other. It's fascinating how it works. And so let's look at your shadow. Let's look at what's coming up here, because this is your unconscious. And sitting in your shadow, in your unconscious, is 95% of what we know about ourselves is sitting hidden in your unconscious. And if you don't believe it, look that up. Look up 95% unconscious and it'll tell you. We only know 5% of ourselves, our conscious mind. So let's look at our shadow here, because this is having an impact on what is going on with you right now. If you're sitting in your depression, if you're sitting in your your anger, hopelessness, but yet, wanting to become authentic, wanting to get out of this. Well, in your shadow, you have the Knight of Wands. You have another knight. Again, knights. And not only do you have another knight, you have the exact same knight, the Knight of Wands. So he's blocked here. But we're going to talk about him in your shadow, because this is a younger part of you, an adolescent part of you. That's what our knights are. They're think of a teenager, if you can, when you were younger, or even what teenagers are like. They want nothing more than to have freedom from being controlled, right? Freedom from being controlled. They want to be able to do what they want to do. They want to be authentic. And this is what's sitting in your shadow right now. And it could have been when you were an adolescent, when you wanted to do something, because it's a wand. So you wanted to take your life in a new direction. There was something that you wanted to do for you. And you were told many, many things that shut you down. And these swords are these mental energies that we have in our head where we spin on often, but we spin on things like, you're not good enough, you don't deserve this, who do you think you are, you're not big enough, you're not strong enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not enough, you don't matter. And this is what you were told when you were younger. So there was something that you wanted to do, your authentic self, when you were younger, something creative for you, take your life in a different direction, and you were told many things why you couldn't, that completely stopped you, shut you down. And behind it is the King of Cups that comes in. Interesting. And this king is all my kings in my deck. They're our ego self. It's our masculine side of us, the ego self. They often sound like the people that told us when we were younger, our caretakers, what they said to us. And this particular king said, don't cry over this. Don't even bother crying over this. He's the king of the emotions. Don't even bother crying over this. Don't get angry over this. Do you know what happens to a teenager when you tell them they can't do something? Couple choices here. They get angry, but if they're not allowed to get angry and they're not allowed to feel their emotions, they're gonna feel hopeless. That's where the depression sets in, right? So there's something that you wanted to do when you were younger, and you didn't have the freedom to do it. You could have, been in a situation where you were, controlled by people that told you, not allowed to, and they gave you all the reasons why, and no grieving over this. Not allowed to feel. And this is why you're sitting in this Queen of Cups who's not allowed to feel. Not allowed to feel right now. And there's something you want to do. There's something you want to do right now. But you have to heal this when you were younger, when you wanted to do something and you weren't allowed to. You go back and you heal this, and then you're going to be able to do what you want to do right now. And this is how this journey works. So, what does the tarot want you to do? What's the guidance from the tarot? Well, you begin with your 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The tarot realizes that this is you sitting in a position right here. It's in reverse, so I'll talk about it in an upright position first. The 7 of Pentacles talks about, the pentacle itself is our body. It's everything to do with our body. And so it can talk about our health. If you're sitting with depression and anger, that's your health. If it's talking about your workspace, maybe you're sitting in a place where you don't like your job anymore, you want to change your job, and you want freedom from that. And maybe you've been told that no, this is the kind of job that was meant for you. You're not allowed to do what you're thinking. You're not allowed to do what you think you want to do. It's a general reading here. But this 7 of Pentacles comes up when you're looking at your life now, and you're realizing that there's got to be more to my life. There's more. There's more to this job I'm sitting in. There's more to this depression I'm sitting in. There's more to this anger that I'm sitting in. I've spent so much time doing this. There's got to be more here. And the reverse tells me that, I think you're starting to really want to do something about this, because it's time. It's time. And the universe says you're sitting in a place where I think you're feeling quite alone in this situation that you're in right now. I don't think you're feeling supported, and I can see that you're not being validated. And oftentimes when we want to take our life into a new direction, we will hear from other people below here that will try to keep us down, that will try to prevent us from doing what we want to do, especially if we vocalize what we want to do. Sometimes we regret it afterwards because we don't want to hear what other people have to say now. But you're ready to go. You're ready to do this for yourself. You're ready to put yourself first. But it's going to have to be a journey on your own. It's going to have to be a journey on your own. You're going to have to go out on your own, whatever that means for you, because you're not being supported by certain people. And like I said, it's a general reading, and you're not being validated. But the universe wants you to know that they have your back, and the universe wants you to feel supported. It's going to be a journey that you take on your own, because you're going to support you. And you have a couple cards that come behind that invalidation card and not feeling supported. And one of this is the universe really wants you to look at is this generational card. You have quite a few generations on here, an older, wiser man. Then, the children maybe of this older man here that are sitting here in the middle. And then you have these younger children right here. So it's a generational card. And this particular card speaks about what are those things that were handed down to us from generations. It's really important that we get in touch with our roots. In fact, we have this formation here with this Ten of Pentacles. It's called the Kabbalistic tree of life. And it's from the Jewish culture, and it's a map. It's a tool that they use to study these nodes right here and to really get in touch with our roots and where they came from. And the Ten of Pentacles comes in when it often for me speaks about, things that were handed down to you, including our generational trauma. Like, what was it? There was something that you need to dig into. Start asking some questions maybe. Maybe what was it that, what sort of trauma, what sort of things were handed down to you, belief systems, things that you think about yourself here, because here are all the things that you were told. And oftentimes when it's things like we were handed down, like shame, well, that's something that we got from our own parents, our own caretakers, because that's what they got. And if it's trauma that was given to us, happened to us, because that's what they experienced, and so on and so on. And so it's really time for you to start taking a deep dive, and that's what the universe wants you to do here. Because the last card is the Hermit card. And I can see here with the Seven of Coins that you're realizing it's time to, you've realized that there's something more here, that you're feeling this nudge, this freedom of finding out something more about yourself in the Seven of Coins. And the universe wants you to go inwards now and start to look at this generational stuff and why you weren't supported. And here's the Hermit card. Here's the Hermit card that says we're going to go inwards. And we're going to take time out for ourselves, by ourselves. And this is where we're going to start to do some grounding back into our body so we can get out of our head where you have all those thoughts about yourself that you were told, handed down to you from, generations ago. And you're going to start to maybe journal about some of these things that you're feeling about yourself, because it's time to do a deep dive. The universe wants you to do a deep inner dive, to go inwards and start to find out, where did these belief systems that I have about myself that have done me in when I was younger, where'd they come from? And that's going to get you on your road to healing them. So I really want to leave you with, Virgo, a reading on, or some videos on grounding yourself, because it's very important that you get out of your head and into your body. I have a really good video on grounding, and it teaches you how to ground your mind first, and then how to get back into your body and ground your body so you can start feeling some of these emotions that you don't want to feel right now. And that's going to get you on your road to healing, is to learn how to ground yourself. It's so important on this journey. And I take you into my backyard, and I sit on a chair with you, and I teach you how to do it and how I do it. And that's how I ground myself today, a few times a day, every day, so I can stay in my body. And also I'm going to leave you with your July 2024 reading for you that I did for you, Virgo. So take care, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.